welcome to Season 2, Episode 88, Gord's Old Fort. It's shaping up to be a banner day here, if all goes well. The goal is to get the truck running again. We started it many months ago and broke in the cam, but it's never idled. It never had brakes. The shift linkage wasn't connected. So if everything goes well, we'll get it running, idling in gear, and try the transmission. We topped up the radiator, but we'll keep an eye on it. It'll be bubbling air. We topped up the transmission, but we'll have to keep an eye on that as well, because it dumped a bunch of transmission fluid way back. So we're not sure how full it is. We'll check it again when it's running. So now the exhaust system is on, so it should be relatively quiet. We're hoping for that anyway. Yesterday I pulled the plugs to have a look at them, and they all seem fine. And I gave a small squirt of storage oil in each cylinder because it's been sitting a while. So when it cranks, the cylinder walls won't be completely dry. We picked up a bit of gas. I put stabilizer in the gas, and I put a little bit in a squirt bottle with some 2-cycle oil in it to squirt in the carburetor before we start it. That 2-cycle oil will lubricate the top end of the motor while it's cranking and at startup. So, yeah, hope it goes well. I had to do a bit of last-minute wiring. I learned that I had the key switch wired incorrectly. I had the accessory position wired to the relay. When you turn the key on, both the accessory and the ignition are engaged. But when you crank the start, the accessory disengages and the ignition remains engaged. So it was the ignition contact that I had to connect to the relay and not the accessory. So now we have nothing on the accessory contact on the ignition switch. Eventually we'll need things on there, but to start it up, we should be okay. The negative post of the battery is not connected yet, but otherwise it's all set up. From the positive, we have the heavy lead going directly to the starter, and we have 2 leads going to the alternator. We don't need 2, but there were 2 wires on the alternator, and I simply connected both to the terminal. They could be connected together at this point with just 1 positive. Now, from where the main cable attaches to the starter, we connected a wire that brings power to the fuse panel inside the truck. And then the other pin on the starter is connected to the start terminal on the ignition switch. I had to disengage the gas pedal because it didn't bring the throttle all the way off. So this rod has to be a touch longer. The shift mechanism does not have a neutral safety switch, so we have to be careful. This thing could be started in gear. Eventually we'll have a neutral safety switch, but we don't have one at the moment. So yesterday I put it in what I believe is park and lifted the back wheel, and sure enough the pin in park is engaged. So we're in the correct position with the shifter to be able to start it in park and not in gear. On hand we have some coolant, we have some fluid for the transmission, we have brake fluid, and we have a small bottle of gas with some oil mixed in for the carburetor. We have 2 fire extinguishers at the ready. One is on the workbench and one is at the back of the garage near the big door. Okay, give it a shot. Push the choke a little bit in. Okay. Hang on. Okay, go. The oil. Okay, shut it off.
Yeah, it was between 60 and 70, the oil.
Good.
And the revs, they were, before you went over onto the other side, they were 1.5, and then when you went over the other side, it was like 1 and under. And the temperature didn't move.
We're going to run it a bit more at idle and do the timing. Okay, fire it up. All right, the timing didn't work because the timing light didn't work. So we're kind of guessing at the timing by ear. I'm not good at it, but that's the best we can do for now. I want to run it again now to try the gears. So see if it shifts into reverse and drive. You want to give it a bit of gas on the throttle thing? No, on the throttle control. On this side, I'll show you. I don't have the gas pedal.
No.
So this is the throttle. This thing here.
Oh,
Gas,
okay.
gas.
Okay, so
Okay.
I'll go gas.
Yeah, well, I need it to start.
Yeah.
Pretend it's a gas pedal there.
Okay, you want to pass me my gloves? Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
I want it idle. Okay, I gotta get it idling again. You hop in.
Okay.
Alright, we got it running again. I'm gonna try to slow down the idle before putting it in gear. I'm gonna try to slow down the idle. How's that? Okay,